Today, we are going to walk through step-by-step how you can achieve one of the most prestigious credentials in corporate governance, the Certified Director designation from the Institute of Directors, Southern Africa. We're going to break it all down for you.
Look, you've got the experience, you've sat in that boardroom, but are you ready to formalize that expertise with a credential that really makes you stand out? If you're looking to take that next massive leap in your career as a director, well, you are in the right place.
So here's our game plan. We'll look at what this designation really means, the 4 pillars it's built on, how to see if you're eligible, what the director's program involves, the application and exam, and, this is key, how you maintain that hard-earned status.
Right. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of how to get it, it's so important to understand the why. This isn't just another certificate to hang on the wall. It's a true benchmark for excellence in the world of corporate governance.
This really gets to the heart of it. Being a certified director means you've got a deep mastery of governance, you're committed to always learning, you fully grasp your ethical and legal duties, and you're out there championing the highest possible standards. It's a holistic view of what a modern director should be.
So, how does the IODSA make sure that every single certified director meets this incredibly high bar? Well, it all comes down to a framework built on 4 absolutely essential pillars.
And here they are, the 4 E's: education, experience, examination, and ethics. Just think of these as the 4 legs of the table. They are completely non-negotiable. So let's dive into what each one of these really entails.
First up, education. Now, this isn't just about what you've learned on the job. We're talking about structured, formal learning. You've got to have a specific NQF level qualification, and this is crucial. You have to complete the IODSA's very own Accelerated Director Program. We'll talk more about that program in just a minute.
Next, we have experience. This designation is not for newcomers. It's designed for seasoned leaders. You have to prove you have a solid track record at an executive or director level. Show that you've been in the trenches applying these governance principles in the real world.
The third pillar is the examination, and this is the big one. This is where the rubber meets the road. It's a formal, in-person exam that's designed to test your expertise across the entire spectrum of corporate governance. This is where you really prove you've mastered the material. And the final pillar, but by no means the least important, is ethics. This really underscores a critical point. All the technical skill in the world means nothing without integrity. As a candidate, you have to make a serious, ongoing commitment to live by the IODSA's Code of Professional Conduct.
Okay, so you get the pillars. Now let's get practical. Are you even eligible to start this journey? This is the very first hurdle you've got to clear.
All right, here's your quick checklist. You need to be a current IODSA member. You need to have an NQF Level 7 qualification. Your high-level experience has to be recent. We're talking within the last 5 years. And it goes without saying, your professional record needs to be spotless. If you can tick all of those boxes, you're ready to move on.
Okay, remember that mandatory education component I mentioned? Let's zoom in on that. It's called the Accelerated Director Program, or ADP for short, and it's the core training you need for certification.
And wow, the ADP is incredibly thorough. It covers everything from the absolute fundamentals of being a director all the way to a hands-on board simulation. It also has dedicated programs on ethics and, this is so important, financial insights for directors who don't come from a finance background. It ensures everyone has that critical financial know-how. And hey, pay close attention to this. It's a really important update. Starting in 2026, just showing up for the ADP isn't enough anymore. You'll now have to pass a specific assessment on the program's content. So the big takeaway, you've got to master this material.
All right, you've met all the criteria, you've completed the training, now it's time for the final sprint, navigating the formal application and, of course, the exam itself.
Okay, get your calendars out for the 2026 cycle. The application window opens up on April 24th. The actual exam happens in person on August 19th, and it's held at the same time in Johannesburg, Durban, and Cape Town. After that, it's a bit of a wait. You can expect the results and the official designation in about 8 to 10 weeks.
And of course, you've got to factor in the cost. The current fee for the whole application and examination process is 9,555 Rand, and that includes that. It's just a key piece of info to have for your planning.
Now, earning the Certified Director designation is a massive accomplishment, no doubt about it, but it is not the finish line. In fact, it's really the start of an ongoing, long-term commitment to professional excellence.
So, to keep your status, there are 3 main things you have to do every single year.
You must renew your IDSA membership, you have to report your professional development hours, and you have to continue to live and breathe that code of professional conduct.
And let's get specific on that professional development, or CPD. The bare minimum is 30 hours a year. This is what ensures your skills stay sharp and relevant in a business world that is always changing. It really circles back to that core objective of committing to lifelong learning. So there you have it. The road to becoming a certified director, it's rigorous, it's demanding, and it's incredibly thorough. It is a genuine commitment to the absolute highest standards of leadership and governance. So the only question left is, are you ready to make that commitment and lead